Okay, today we're going to be taking a look at animation in Godot. First of all, I'm going to switch to 2D, and the first thing I'm going to do is create 3 folders, one to hold my assets, one for my scenes, and one for my scripts. Okay, now that I got my 3 folders, I'm going to drag in my sprite sheets into my assets folder. I'm going to be using these sprite sheets, which I've found online for free. I will put the link in the description in case you want to use them as well. And I'm only going to be using 2 of them for now. One which is the idle animation for when the character is standing still, and the other one which is for when the character runs. So I'm going to click both, and then I'm going to drag them into assets. Okay, so they landed outside of assets, so I'm just going to drag them inside of assets right here. And if you can see inside, I've got the 2 sprite sheets. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a world for my character to be in. So I'm going to rename this to world, hit save, and I'm going to save this inside of scenes. And then I'm going to create my character, which is going to be character body 2D. Okay, and in order to animate this, what I need to add is an animated sprite 2D. Okay, let me rename this to player, and let me hit save. So let me go up, let me go into, no, I want to save this into scenes. What am I doing? Okay, so hit save here, and then in order to put in our animations, I'm going to go to animated sprite, then I'm going to go to animation over here. On sprite frames, I'm going to click and add a new sprite frames. Okay, then I'm going to click back on animated sprite 2D, and you can see this pop up here. Now here is where we're going to put our animations. So we have a default animation, so I'm going to click this twice and rename it. If you want, we can get rid of it. We can delete animation if you want, and we can add a new animation again. And let's double click it and let's give it a name. So the first animation I'm going to do is for running. So I'm going to type run. And then I'm going to click this icon over here. And here we're going to go to assets and add our frames. Okay, so I'm going to click the run. And then right over here, if I zoom out a bit, okay, we need to adjust the frames. Okay, so it's going to ask us for the horizontal frames and the number of vertical frames. We only have 1 vertical frame, so I'm going to type 1 here, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10 horizontally, so I'm going to go over here and type in 10, right? And then I need to select them. Okay, so I'm going to click 1 here like this, and make sure you click all of them, right? And then we're going to add all the frames. Okay, so as you can see, it's appeared on our screen here. I'm going to zoom in a bit, and I'm going to move him a bit up so it just aligns here. Okay, so let me zoom in a bit more, and as you can see, it's a bit blurry, so I'm just going to head over to texture, filter, and set it to nearest, and now you can see it's a bit more crisp. Okay, so right now if I hit play, you can see the animation. So I hit play and you can see the character is running. If we want, we can speed it up over here. So instead of 5 frames per second, we can do something like 10, and you can see it goes a bit faster. Okay, right now it's set on loop, but if I turn off the loop, it'll go through it once and it'll stop. But for running, I want it to be looping. Okay, so it's on looping, and I'm gonna hit play again. Okay, I'm gonna add in my next animation, which is when the character is idle. So I'm gonna hit add animation and double click, and I'm gonna call this idle. I'm going to go back over here and add frames, and this time I'm going to add my idle animation. Okay, so again, this one only has 1 vertical frame, and if I zoom out, this one also has 10 horizontal frames. So I'm going to go to horizontal, add 10, and then I'm going to add each. Another shortcut you can do is you can just click and drag, right? And then I'm just going to add the 10 frames. And if I hit play, you can see ever so slightly the character is animating. Okay, and I want to speed this one up too, so instead of 5 frames per second, I'm going to do 10 frames per second. Okay, and it's a bit faster now. Now the other thing we can do is when this character loads, if we want one animation to play by default, we can go click over here and it will auto play on load. Okay, so I'm going to use my idle animation right here, and I'm going to click this, so this is going to play automatically when it loads. Okay, the other thing is this character is a bit small. You'll notice when we load it into our world. So I'm going to go back over to player. I'm going to go to transform, and for scale, I'm just going to scale it by 3. Scale it by 3. Let me click on, let me zoom out again, and then I'm just going to slightly center him like this. Okay, and then yeah, let's hit save, Control S, and then if I go back to world, and then I load my player in. So load my player, and I'm just gonna drag him somewhere here and hit save. Now I can run my scene by hitting play. So select current, and as you can see, if you can see ever so slightly, the character is doing his idle animation. Now we can also run animations via code, and let me just quickly show you how we can do that. So I'm going to go over to player and let me add a script. So I'm going to go to player, add a script, and here let me save the script inside of my script folder. Open, create, and then I'm going to create a function for the physics process. And the way we can run animations by our script is we need to make a reference to our animated sprite. So on ready var animated sprite is equal to, and let me just drag this guy over here. Okay, and what I can do now is I can say animated sprite dot play, and as you can see our animations come up. So for example, if I wanted to play run, I can hit run here and let me hit save. Okay, and now if I run my game again, you can see we're running. Hopefully that helped. If you have any questions or if you're confused about anything, again, please leave a comment, and I'll do my best to get back to you. All right, thank you for watching.